Night swallows the world in shades of green. Through the thermal scope, shapes become ghosts. Buildings pulse with heat signatures. A window glows white-hot on the third floor. Inside that rectangle of light, a man in a suit stands perfectly still, unaware he has 17 seconds left to live. The voice in the earpiece is calm, clinical. Sentinel 4, you have green light. Her finger rests on the trigger. Breath controlled, heartbeat at 52 beats per minute. The wind is 3.1 miles per hour from the northwest. Distance to target, 473 meters. She has made this shot 1,000 times in 1,000 different places. But tonight, something is different. The man in the window turns. His face catches the light. Not a target, a father. She can see it in the way he touches the photograph on his desk, the way his shoulders carry the weight of years. She lowers the rifle. Negative, wrong move. The voice in her ear goes silent, then cold as winter. Repeat your last, Sentinel 4. I said negative, stand down. Static. The connection cuts. Somewhere in the darkness behind her, she hears movement. They are coming for her now. Not the enemy, her own people. She vanishes into the black. The screen cuts to nothing. Morning comes to Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort the way it always does. Slow, heavy with Carolina humidity. The kind of heat that makes your shirt stick to your back before you even finish your coffee. Gate Alpha opens at 0500, and by 0515, the line of vehicles stretches back to the highway. Nora Chen sits in her Nissan Sentra, third car back. The radio plays NPR. Something about congressional hearings. She is not listening. Her thermos of coffee has gone cold. She has not touched it since she left her apartment 40 minutes ago. She is 27 years old, 5 feet 2 inches, 108 pounds. In her rearview mirror, she looks like every other civilian contractor heading to work at the base. Khaki cargo pants, navy blue polo shirt, hair pulled back in a simple ponytail, reading glasses perched on her nose. The DoD badge hanging from her neck reads Network Engineer, IT Services, Building 447. Everything about her is designed to be forgotten. The car ahead moves forward. She shifts into drive. Her hands on the steering wheel are steady. They are always steady, even when they should not be. Gunnery Sergeant Wade Brennan stands at the checkpoint, clipboard in hand. He is 42 years old, 6 feet tall, built like a man who has been a Marine his entire adult life. 24 years of service, 2 deployments to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq. The kind of face that has seen too much but still shows up every morning because that is what you do. Today he is running random vehicle inspections, orders from the new CO who thinks security has gotten too relaxed. Wade does not mind. It gives him something to do besides think about the empty house waiting for him after shift. The Nissan pulls up to the gate. He raises his hand. The window comes down. Morning, ma'am. Random inspection today. I'll need you to pop the trunk. The woman behind the wheel does not react the way people usually do. No sigh of annoyance, no checking her watch. She simply nods once and reaches down to pull the release. Wade walks to the rear of the vehicle. The trunk opens with a soft click. Inside, he sees what you would expect. Spare tire, jack, emergency kit, jumper cables still in the package. A reusable grocery bag with what looks like gym clothes. Then he sees it, under the spare tire cover, partially visible through a tear in the fabric. Black polymer, military grade. He knows that finish, has seen it 100 times. He lifts the spare tire. Underneath is a tactical SATCOM radio, the kind that requires special access program clearance, the kind that gets you 20 years in Leavenworth if you have it without authorization. Wade's training kicks in. He keeps his face neutral. Walks back to the driver's window. Ma'am, I need you to step out of the vehicle. The woman unbuckles her seatbelt without hesitation, gets out, stands with her hands visible, relaxed at her sides. Wade has processed hundreds of people in situations like this. Scared contractors who accidentally packed their husband's hunting knife. Nervous privates with contraband energy drinks. People sweat, fidget, talk too much. This woman does none of those things. Her pulse, visible in the hollow of her throat, is 60 beats per minute. Resting rate. Her pupils are normal. No dilation, no rapid eye movement. She is looking at him with the kind of stillness that makes the hair on the back of his neck stand up. What is your name, ma'am? Nora Chen. How long have you worked on base, Ms. Chen? 14 months, 2 weeks. You know what I found in your trunk? Yes, not a question. Not a denial, just acknowledgement. Wade calls over Corporal Sullivan from the adjacent lane. Brady, I need you to take over here. Call the watch commander. Tell him we have a code 7 at Gate Alpha. Sullivan's eyes go wide when he sees the SATCOM. He pulls his radio. Wade keeps his attention on the woman, on Nora Chen. She has not moved, has not asked for a lawyer, has not demanded to know her rights. Ms. Chen, I've been doing this job for 6 years. I've seen people nervous about a parking ticket. You've got restricted military equipment into your personal vehicle, and your heart rate hasn't changed. So I'm going to ask you something, and I want an honest answer. Where did you serve? For the first time, something flickers across her face, not fear, something else. Something that looks almost like sadness. I have not served, Gunnery Sergeant. Wade studies her hands. They are small, delicate almost, but there is something about them. The way the fingers rest, the calluses in specific places. He has seen hands like that before. On snipers. On people who spend hours in prone position, controlling their breathing, becoming one with their weapon. I don't believe you. She does not respond. The watch commander arrives in under 10 minutes. Lieutenant Colonel Marsh is not happy about being pulled from his morning brief. He is even less happy when he sees what Sullivan has secured in evidence bags. Ms. Chen, I'm going to need you to come with me to the security office. This equipment requires explanation. I understand. Marsh gestures for Wade to accompany them. They walk across the parking area to Building 12. Nora Chen moves like water, efficient, no wasted motion. Wade has walked beside infantry Marines with less discipline. Inside the interrogation room, Marsh sits across from her. Wade stands by the door. The room is standard, metal table, 3 chairs, mirror on one wall, recording equipment hidden in the ceiling tiles. Ms. Chen, I've run your credentials. You have top secret SCI clearance. That's impressive for an IT contractor. But that SATCOM in your vehicle requires SAP level authorization. Special access programs, that's above my clearance. That's above the base commander's clearance. So either you're the most important network engineer in the Department of Defense or you're in serious trouble. Which is it? Nora folds her hands on the table, says nothing. Marsh tries for 20 minutes. Different angles. Good cop, bad cop. The threat of federal prosecution. The offer of leniency if she cooperates. She sits through all of it with the same expression. Calm, detached. Like she is watching this happen to someone else. Wade has never seen anything like it. Marsh finally stands. I'm calling NCIS. This is beyond base security. His phone rings before he can pick it up. He glances at the screen, frowns, answers. Colonel Marsh. His face changes. The color drains from it like someone pulled a plug. He straightens, sits back down, puts the phone on speaker. Say that again, please. The voice on the other end is male, older, carries the kind of authority that does not need to be loud. This is Admiral Cyrus Henley, J3 Operations, Joint Staff. To whom am I speaking? Lieutenant Colonel Martin Marsh, sir, Security Chief, MCAS Beaufort. Colonel, you are currently detaining a civilian contractor named Nora Chen. Is this correct? Yes, sir. We found restricted equipment in her vehicle during a routine inspection. I am aware. Ms. Chen is authorized to possess that equipment under Presidential Emergency Action Directive 77 Bravo. Her clearance level is Yankee White. That is significantly above your clearance, Colonel, and mine. You will release her immediately. You will return her property, and you will delete all records of this incident from your system. Is that understood? Marsh's hand is shaking. Wade sees it, the slight tremor in the fingers holding the phone. Sir, I need to verify this through proper channels. Colonel, I am the proper channel. Verification is not possible without exposing compartmented programs. You have 10 seconds to comply, or your career ends with a phone call. 9, 8. Understood, sir. We'll release her immediately. The line goes dead. Marsh sits in silence for a full 30 seconds. Then he looks at Nora Chen, really looks at her, like he is seeing her for the first time. You're free to go, Mrs. Chen. My apologies for the inconvenience. She stands, smooths her polo shirt, nods once. No apology necessary, Colonel. You were following protocol. Wade escorts her back to the impound area where her vehicle has been moved. He hands her the keys. The SATCOM has been placed in a sealed evidence bag, which Marsh personally returns to her. As she takes the bag, Wade catches her eye. Who are you? She considers the question. For a moment, he thinks she might actually answer. Then she opens her car door. I'm nobody, Gunnery Sergeant, just IT. But before she gets in, she pauses, looks back at him, and in that look, Wade sees something that makes his blood run cold. It is the same look he saw in the mirror after his first firefight in Helmand Province. The look of someone who has killed and will kill again. You have good instincts, she says quietly. Trust them. Then she drives away. Wade stands in the parking lot long after her taillights disappear. His hands are shaking now, not from fear, from recognition. He has spent 24 years around warriors. He knows what they look like, what they sound like, how they move through the world. Nora Chen is not IT. She is not a contractor. She is something else entirely. He goes back to his office. Against every regulation, against direct orders, he opens his computer. Searches for her name in the base personnel database. Nora Chen, age 27, hired 14 months ago through a DoD contractor called West Ridge Solutions. Residential address in Beaufort. No emergency contacts listed. No previous employment history beyond West Ridge. Security clearance granted 2 years ago through a sponsor agency listed as Defense Threat Reduction Agency. He calls an old friend at NCIS, guy named Marcus, who owes him a favor from Kandahar. Mark, I need you to run a name for me. Quiet. Wade, you know I can't do that without a case number. I know. I'm asking anyway. Marcus sighs. Give me the name. Nora Chen, DoD contractor, Beaufort. The line goes quiet for almost 2 minutes. Wade can hear typing. Then the typing stops. Wade, I got nothing. What do you mean nothing? I'm looking at her file right now. I mean, I put her name into every database I have access to. NCIS, FBI, Interpol, even the Social Security Administration. Nora Chen exists in your local system. Nowhere else. It's like someone created her 14 months ago and that's it. No school records, no tax returns, no credit history, nothing. That's not possible. No, it's not. Which means someone with resources way above my pay grade scrubbed her. Wade, whatever you stepped in, step back out. People who get erased like this are either witnesses in protection or they're ghosts. And ghosts don't work IT. Marcus hangs up. Wade sits at his desk. Outside, the sun climbs higher. F-18 has take off from the flight line, their engines screaming. The normal rhythm of base life continues, but something has shifted, something fundamental. He thinks about the woman's hands, the steadiness, the complete lack of fear. Then he thinks about the admiral's voice on the phone. Yankee white clearance. Presidential directive. His son's face flashes through his mind. David, 19 years old, killed by an IED outside Kandahar. Wade had not been there, had not been able to save him, but he had learned in the years since to recognize when something was wrong, when someone was in danger. Nora Chen is in danger. He is sure of it. He just does not know if she is the threat or the target. Nora drives exactly the speed limit back to her apartment. She lives in a complex off Route 21. 2 bedrooms, ground floor. Rent paid 6 months in advance, always in cash. The lease is in the name Sarah Ortiz, a cover identity she has maintained for 3 years. The apartment is furnished like a person lives there. Couch from IKEA, coffee maker on the counter, photographs on the wall of people she has never met, a life constructed from catalog pages and careful lies. She sets the SATCOM on the kitchen counter, opens the device. Inside is a message chip. She inserts it into a reader connected to her laptop. The message decrypts. Asset compromise. Dr. T at risk. Observe and report only. No direct action. Time window 96 hours. She reads it 3 times. Then she removes the chip, places it in a ceramic bowl, and adds acetone from under the sink. The chip dissolves. She pours the mixture down the drain, rinses the bowl, returns it to the cabinet. The laptop goes into the bathtub. She smashes it with a hammer, collects the pieces in a trash bag, takes the bag to the dumpster behind the complex, returns to her apartment. Only then does she allow herself to feel, except she cannot. She stands in her bathroom, staring at her reflection, tries to remember what fear feels like, what anger feels like. The emotions are there somewhere, buried under layers of conditioning, but she cannot reach them. She has not cried in 13 years, not since they taught her how to stop. There is a scar at the base of her skull, hidden by her hairline, 2 inches long, barely visible. She touches it now. The skin is numb there, has been since she was 14 years old, since the surgery that was not really a surgery, since they put something inside her that she did not understand until much later, since they made her into Sentinel 4. The program had a different name when it started. Operation Nightingale, they called it. 7 children, all orphans, all selected for specific traits: high pain tolerance, exceptional spatial awareness, the ability to dissociate under stress. They tested thousands of candidates. Only 7 passed. Nora was not her real name. She did not know what her real name was. The memories before age 7 were fragmented. A woman's voice singing, the smell of cinnamon, a man's laugh. Then nothing. Then the facility. Then Dr. Torres with her kind smile and her cold hands. Dr. Lena Torres, architect of Sentinel, mother figure, handler. The woman who taught Nora how to kill and how to never feel guilty about it. And now Dr. Torres is at risk. Nora opens the closet in her bedroom, pushes aside the hanging clothes. There is a panel in the back wall. She presses it in a specific pattern. 3 points of pressure. The panel swings open. Inside is a cavity in the wall. Soundproofed, climate-controlled. It contains everything she would need to disappear or to fight. 14 different components. Each one appears to be something else. A curtain rod, a table lamp base, parts of a vacuum cleaner. When assembled, they form a custom rifle. Accuracy guaranteed to 1,200 meters. Suppressor integrated. Optics that can switch between thermal, night vision, and standard magnification. She has never fired it outside of training, has never needed to. Until now, she begins assembly. Muscle memory takes over. 14 pieces become one in under 3 minutes. She checks the action, loads a magazine, 5 rounds, subsonic ammunition, the kind that does not make a sound when it breaks skin. Her phone buzzes, not her regular phone. The other one, the one hidden in the air vent above the stove. She retrieves it. Single text message, number blocked. Charleston, Senator meeting, 1400 hours. Confirm receipt. She types, confirmed. The phone wipes itself. Screen goes black. She returns it to the vent. Charleston is 90 miles north, 2 hours if she drives normally. She has 4 hours until the meeting. Time enough to prepare. Time enough to become someone else. In the bathroom, she opens a makeup kit, not drugstore cosmetics, prosthetics, skin adhesive, color pigments. She alters her face subtly, widens her nose, changes the shape of her eyebrows, applies contact lenses that shift her eye color from dark brown to hazel. When she finishes, the woman in the mirror is not Nora Chen. She is Jessica Reeves, freelance journalist, press credentials in her wallet, business cards that will check out if anyone calls the number. She packs a shoulder SIM, laptop, recorder, camera, the tools of a reporter. Under the false bottom of the bag, the disassembled rifle fits perfectly. As she is about to leave, she notices something, a sensation in her chest, faint, unfamiliar. It takes her a moment to identify it. Anxiety. She is feeling anxiety. The conditioning is breaking, has been breaking for months. Ever since Kabul, ever since she lowered her rifle instead of pulling the trigger. Ever since she chose mercy over mission. She closes her eyes, tries to push the feeling down, the way Dr. Torres taught her. Pain is information. Observe it, do not feel it. But the anxiety remains, a small crack in the armor they build around her heart. She leaves the apartment, locks the door, gets in her car. The drive to Charleston takes exactly 2 hours and 6 minutes. She parks 3 blocks from the marina, walks the rest of the way. The shoulder bag weighs 11 pounds. No one looks at her twice. The marina is upscale, yachts, sailboats, people with money and time. She finds a coffee shop with a view of the docks, orders an Americano, sits by the window, opens her laptop like she is working. At 13:45, a black SUV arrives. Tinted windows, government plates. 2 men in suits get out first. Security, they scan the area, then they open the rear door. Dr. Lena Torres steps out. She is 58 years old, but looks a decade younger. Tailored pantsuit, perfect hair. The kind of woman who could be a CEO or a senator's wife or a university dean. She is all 3, depending on who is asking. Nora has not seen her in person for 6 months, not since the debriefing after Syria. The sight of her triggers a cascade of responses. Muscle memory, Pavlovian conditioning, the urge to stand at attention, to await orders, to obey. She fights it, remains seated, watches. A second vehicle arrives. Navy blue sedan, no government plates. A man gets out. Tall, silver hair, expensive suit. Nora recognizes him from news broadcasts. Senator Graham Voss, Armed Services Committee, decorated Marine veteran from the First Gulf War. A man who has built his career on supporting the troops and defending national security. He shakes Dr. Torres's hand. They walk together toward a yacht at the end of the dock. The security detail follows at a distance. Nora retrieves binoculars from her bag, watches them board the yacht. Through the cabin windows, she can see them sit down. Torres opens a briefcase, shows the senator something on a tablet. Nora cannot hear them, but she can read lips, a skill they taught her at 16. Essential for surveillance. Torres, the program is sustainable. We have 6 active assets. Voss, and the complications? Torres, minimal. 1 asset required adjustment after Kabul. She is back in compliance. They are talking about her, about the moment she hesitated, about the fact that she is becoming unreliable. Voss, if she is compromised, what are the protocols? Torres, we have fail-safes, built-in, irreversible. The senator nods, satisfied. Torres, there is another matter, the Marine at Beaufort. Brennan, he is asking questions. Voss, about the asset? Torres, about the incident this morning, he does not accept the official story. Voss, handle it quietly. Torres smiles. It is the same smile she used when Nora was 14, when she was teaching her how to stop crying, kind, maternal, empty. Already in motion, Nora's hands tighten on the binoculars. Wade Brennan, the gunnery sergeant with the sad eyes and the good instincts, they are going to kill him. Her orders are clear. Observe and report. No direct action. But Wade did not ask for this, did not step into this world. He was just doing his job, being thorough, being a Marine. She makes a decision, the same kind of decision she made in Kabul, the kind that proves the conditioning is failing, the kind that might get her killed. She packs the binoculars, leaves money on the table, walks back toward her car, but she does not get in. Instead, she circles around to the adjacent dock, climbs onto a sailboat that sits low in the water. Derelict, abandoned. From this angle, she has clear line of sight to the yacht where Torres and the senator are meeting. She assembles the rifle. It takes 90 seconds. She lies prone on the deck of the sailboat, hidden behind a sail that has not been raised in years. The rifle settles into her shoulder like coming home. Through the scope, she can see everything. The senator pouring whiskey, Torres checking her phone, the security detail on the deck, scanning for threats they will never see. And then movement, a new arrival. Another man. This one does not come by boat or car. He appears on the rooftop of a building across the water, 800 meters away. Difficult to spot, but Nora sees him because she knows what to look for. He is setting up a rifle. Professional, calm, taking his time. He is not aiming at Torres or the senator. He is aiming at the dock, at a specific point where someone would have to walk to reach the parking area. Waiting for Wade Brennan. Nora's breath slows. Heartbeat drops to 50 beats per minute. The world narrows to the space between her and the target. Wind is minimal. Distance is 612 meters. She has made harder shots. The man on the rooftop settles into position. His finger moves to the trigger. Nora has 4 seconds to decide. Follow orders. Stay hidden. Let it happen. Or break every protocol. Expose herself. Save a man she barely knows. The conditioning says obey. The part of her that is still human says act. 3 seconds. She thinks of Wade's son, the one he mentioned without saying. She saw it in his eyes, the grief, the way he looked at her like he was trying to protect her, like he was trying to save someone. 2 seconds. The sniper's finger tightens. 1 second. Nora fires. The suppressed round travels 612 meters in 0.8 seconds. It hits the sniper's scope precisely at the objective lens. The glass shatters. The man jerks back, startled but unhurt. His weapon is destroyed. He does not know where the shot came from. He grabs his gear and runs. Vanishes from the rooftop in under 10 seconds. Nora disassembles the rifle. 12 components in under 2 minutes. Back in the bag, she climbs off the sailboat, walks to her car like nothing happened. Her hands are shaking, not from adrenaline, from the realization of what she just did. She broke protocol, intervened, saved a target that was not part of her mission. Dr. Torres will know. There are always eyes, always surveillance. Within hours, they will review footage, track trajectories, identify the shot origin. And when they do, They will know that Sentinel 4 is compromised. She drives back toward Beaufort. Her phone buzzes. The regular one. Text from an unknown number. You saved him. Why? She does not respond, does not know how to answer, does not understand her own reasoning. A second text. We need to talk in person, alone. Third text. Coordinates attached. Midnight. Come alone or do not come at all. She checks the coordinates. A location in the woods outside Beaufort. Isolated. Perfect place for an ambush. Perfect place for answers. She types, "Who is this?" The response is immediate. Someone who knows what you are and why you cannot cry. Her blood goes cold. Only a handful of people in the world know about the conditioning, about the suppression protocols, about what they did to her at 14. Dr. Torres, the surgical team, the other sentinels. And one more person, the man who tried to save her, the man who became her foster father for 6 years before they took her away, the man who died of cancer in 2019. James Chen. She types with shaking fingers, "Impossible. You are dead." Final text. Recordings can be made in advance for contingencies. I knew this day would come. I have something for you, something they do not want you to find. Locker 247, Greyhound Station, Charleston. Passcode is your real birthday, not the one they gave you. She stares at the screen. Her official birthday is August 12th, 1998. The date in her personnel file, the date on her driver's license, the date Dr. Torres told her to memorize. But if that is not real, then what is? She does not know, does not remember. The memories before age 7 are gone, erased or suppressed so deep she cannot reach them. Another text. Go tonight before they move it. Trust yourself. You know the date. You have always known. The number disconnects. When she tries to call back, it rings to a deadline. Nora pulls over to the side of the road, sits in her car, watches traffic pass. Normal people going to normal jobs, living normal lives. She closes her eyes, tries to remember anything from before. A birthday cake, candles. How many? She cannot see. The memory is fog. A voice singing, "Happy birthday to you." A man's voice, deep, warm. The smell of vanilla frosting. And a date, just numbers, floating in the darkness of her mind. 5/7/03, May 7th, 2003. She does not know if it is real or if she is creating it from hope, but it is the only thing she has. She drives to Charleston. The Greyhound station is on the edge of downtown. 24-hour facility, rows of metal lockers along the back wall. It is 2:17 in the morning when she arrives. The station is nearly empty. A janitor mopping floors. A homeless man sleeping on a bench. No one pays attention to her. Locker 247 is in the second row. She stands in front of it. Keypad lock. 10 buttons, 4-digit code. She tries her official birthday. 0812. Red light. Wrong code. 10 seconds before the alarm. She tries the date James Chen adopted her. The day he brought her home from the facility. The day he told her she would never be alone again. 0507. Green light. The locker opens. Inside is a thumb drive, a passport with her photo but a different name. Sarah Ortiz. In a small black box. Aircraft recorder. The kind that survives crashes. She takes everything, closes the locker, walks to her car. Sitting in the parking lot, she inserts the thumb drive into her laptop. A video file begins to play. James Chen appears on screen, thinner than she remembers, sicker. This was recorded near the end, when the cancer was winning. His voice is exactly as she remembers. The voice that sang to her, that taught her how to ride a bike, that told her bedtime stories about a little girl who was brave and strong and loved. Nora, if you are watching this, I am gone and you are in danger. She has not heard her name spoken with kindness in years. The sound of it breaks something inside her. A dam she did not know was holding. You were not adopted. You were taken. 7 children from 7 states. All orphans, all alone. Dr. Torres called it Sentinel Genesis. She told me it was a scholarship program, a chance to give brilliant children opportunities. I believed her. On screen, his eyes fill with tears. He wipes them away. By the time I learned the truth, you were already too deep. They had already changed you. I tried to get you out, filed legal challenges, threatened to go public. They made me disappear, forced retirement, relocated me to Alaska. I could not even call you. Nora's hands are shaking so badly she almost drops the laptop. The black box is from Flight 1017. Virginia, 2015. All the Sentinel engineers were on that plane. 7 people. all dead, except Dr. Torres. She survived. The official report says engine failure, but I found the maintenance records. Someone tampered with the fuel system. Someone who knew exactly how to make it look like an accident. His face hardens. Torres killed her own team, eliminated anyone who could expose the program. She took their life insurance, $47 million, and she used it to expand, to create more of you, more weapons that look like children. The video quality shifts. He holds up documents, flight manifests, insurance claims, bank transfers. All the evidence is on this drive, enough to end the program, enough to free you and the others. But you have to be careful. Torres has protection, high level. Senator Voss is her partner. They are selling Sentinel technology to foreign governments, Russia, China, anyone willing to pay. He sets the documents down, looks directly into the camera. You are not a weapon, Nora. You are my daughter. I am sorry I could not save you when it mattered, but maybe you can save yourself. And when you do, remember something. That birthday you always felt was wrong. May 7th, 2003. That is the day I found you, alone. In a hospital, your real parents died in a car accident. You were 4 years old, scared, confused, and I held you and told you that you were safe. His voice breaks. You asked me if you would ever stop being sad. I told you yes. I told you that one day you would laugh again, cry again, feel again. I was wrong. They took that from you, but maybe if you are watching this, it means you are getting it back. The screen goes dark for a moment. Then his face returns, closer, urgent. Do not trust Torres. Do not trust Voss. And if a man named Isaac Hale contacts you, listen to him. He is Sentinel 1, the first, and he has been fighting them from the inside for 5 years. He will help you. Trust him. The video ends. Nora sits in silence. The laptop screen glows blue. Around her, the parking lot is empty. Dawn is still 2 hours away. She should cry, should feel the weight of this revelation, should grieve for the father who loved her, for the childhood that was stolen, for the person she might have been. But she cannot. The tears will not come. She touches the back of her skull, the scar, the place where they put the implant, the thing that keeps her calm, that keeps her controlled, that makes her the perfect soldier. And for the first time, she wonders if it is more than just a tracking device. She wonders if it is the reason she cannot feel. Her phone buzzes, not the burner, her regular phone. Text from a number she does not recognize but somehow knows. The message is 3 words. Ask why, Nora. Ask why, Nora. Then a second message. Coordinates. And a time. 200 hours. Tonight. The location is a derelict lighthouse, 40 miles north, isolated coastline. She should not go. Should follow protocol. Report to her handler. Wait for orders. But her handler is Dr. Torres, the woman who killed 7 people, who stole her childhood, who turned her into a thing that cannot cry. She starts the car, drives toward Beaufort. As the city lights fade in her rearview mirror, she whispers to herself, testing the words, tasting them. Who am I? The question echoes in the empty car. No one answers. But somewhere deep in the part of her mind they could not erase, a little girl remembers birthday candles, remembers a man's laughter, remembers what it felt like to be loved. And that little girl whispers back, find out. Dawn breaks over Beaufort like a wound opening. The sky bleeds orange and red. Wade Brennan has not slept. He sits in his truck outside the base, watching the gate where he detained Nora Chen 16 hours ago. Coffee has gone cold in the cup holder. His phone has 14 missed calls from the duty officer. He ignores them all. Something is wrong, the kind of wrong that gets people killed. He knows this feeling. Felt it in Helmand Province 3 days before the ambush that took half his platoon. Felt it the morning his son deployed for the last time. A tightness in his chest, a voice in the back of his mind saying, pay attention, something is coming, do not look away. Nora Chen is not what she claims to be. The Admiral's phone call proved that. Yankee white clearance, presidential directive. Those words do not attach to network engineers. They attach to people who operate in shadows, people who do not officially exist. Wade pulls up her personnel file on his tablet, the one that says she is 27 years old, hired 14 months ago. No prior work history, no family, no past. He zooms in on her ID photo, studies her face. There is something in her eyes, a distance, like she is looking at the camera from somewhere far away. His phone rings, not the duty officer this time, Marcus from NCIS. Wade, I told you to drop this. I know, I cannot. Marcus sighs. I did some more digging, off the books, way off. You know what I found? Tell me. Westridge Solutions, the contractor that hired Chen. It is a shell company, registered in Delaware. No physical address, no employees except on paper. It exists only to create cover identities. For who? That is what I cannot figure out. The money trail goes cold at a DoD black account. But I found something else. 7 other contractors hired through Westridge in the last 5 years. All civilians, all placed at different military installations, all with the same background. Orphans, no family, hired young, and all of them have gone dark. Dark how? As in I cannot find them anymore. Their employment records end, no forwarding address, no tax returns, nothing, like they vanished. Wade's hands tighten on the steering wheel, or they were disappeared. That is what I am thinking. Wade, whatever this is, it is big and it is dangerous. People who dig into this kind of thing tend to have accidents. I am not stopping. Then be careful. And if you find anything, do not go to local authorities. Go federal, FBI at minimum. Someone outside the DoD chain of command. The line goes dead. Wade sits in his truck, thinks about Nora Chen's hands, the way they did not shake, the complete absence of fear. He has seen that before, in Spec Ops guys, in people who have been trained to kill and to do it without hesitation. What would make someone train a 27-year-old woman to be a weapon? And why hide her as an IT contractor on a Marine air station? His phone buzzes. Text message, unknown number. You are in danger, meet me. Coordinates attached. Come alone. 0800. He checks the coordinates. An abandoned warehouse district near Port Royal, 20 minutes away. This is stupid. Could be a trap. Could be the people Marcus warned him about, tying up loose ends. But if there is even a chance of answers, he has to take it. He drives. The warehouse is exactly what he expected. Rusted metal, broken windows, graffiti on the walls. The kind of place drug deals go bad and bodies turn up 3 days later. Wade parks a block away, approaches on foot. His sidearm is holstered but accessible. 24 years in the Marines taught him to never walk into an ambush unprepared. Inside the warehouse, sunlight streams through holes in the roof. Dust floats in the air like smoke. The space is empty except for old machinery and scattered debris. A voice comes from the shadows, male, older, calm. Gunnery Sergeant Brennan, thank you for coming. Wade's hand moves toward his weapon. Show yourself. A man steps into the light, 50s, gray hair, athletic build, dressed in civilian clothes but moves like military. There is a scar on his left cheek. Old, the kind you get from shrapnel or a knife. My name is not important. What matters is what I know and what you are about to walk into. Who are you? Someone who has been where you are, asking questions about people who are not supposed to exist. I am also someone who wants to keep you alive long enough to matter. Wade does not draw his weapon, but he does not relax either. You have 60 seconds. The man nods, reaches into his jacket slowly, pulls out a folder, sets it on a rusted machine between them. Inside that folder are documents, flight manifests, insurance claims, bank transfers, evidence of a program called Sentinel, a program that takes orphaned children and turns them into covert operatives. Nora Chen is one of them. Wade's stomach drops. Children? They start young, 7 years old in some cases, remove them from the system, tell the world they are in special schools or scholarship programs. Then they break them, rebuild them, turn them into tools. That is insane. The military would never. The military does not know. This is not a military program. It is private, funded through black budgets, run by a woman named Dr. Lena Torres. She has protection at the highest levels. Senator Graham Voss is her partner. They sell the operatives to foreign governments. Trained American assets with security clearances. Worth millions. Wade picks up the folder, opens it. Inside are pages of evidence. Exactly what Marcus described. Shell companies, money trails, and photos. 7 children, different ages, different backgrounds. One of them is Nora Chen, maybe 9 years old in the picture. Thin, serious, eyes that have already seen too much. Why are you showing me this? Because you are asking questions. And people who ask questions about Sentinel tend to die. There was a sniper on a rooftop in Charleston yesterday. His target was you. Wade's blood goes cold. How do you know that? Because someone stopped him. Someone who was not supposed to interfere. Nora Chen saved your life, and in doing so, she exposed herself. The man steps closer, his voice drops. They are going to kill her. Within 48 hours, Torres has protocols for compromised assets, fail-safes, built into their bodies. Remote activation, death in 90 seconds, untraceable. You are telling me they can just kill her? Remotely? Neural implant, base of the skull. All Sentinels have one. And if Chen has gone rogue, Torres will activate it, unless someone stops her first. Wade stares at the folder, at the picture of a 9-year-old girl who should have been playing with dolls, not learning how to kill. What do you want from me? I want you to help me save her. And the others. There are 6 Sentinels still active. Chen is the only one who has shown signs of breaking free from conditioning. If we can get her out, we can use her testimony to bring down the program. Why do you care? The man's face hardens. Because I helped create it. 20 years ago, I was military intelligence. I thought we were building assets to fight terrorism. I did not know we were stealing children. By the time I found out, it was too late. I have spent the last 5 years trying to burn it down from the inside. What is your name? Captain Isaac Hale, retired. Sentinel 1, the prototype. Wade processes this. You were one of them. I was the first, before they perfected the process. I still have emotions, still have a conscience. That makes me a failure in their eyes. But it also makes me the only one who can help. Hale pulls out a phone, shows Wade a map. Chen is going to be at this location tonight. Midnight, a lighthouse north of here. She is meeting someone, or she thinks she is. It could be a trap. Then why is she going? Because she is looking for answers about who she was before they took her. And because she is starting to feel again. That makes her human. That also makes her vulnerable. Wade looks at the phone, at the coordinates, at the evidence in his hands. He thinks about his son, about the promise he made at the funeral, to never let another young person die when he could do something about it. What do you need me to do? Hale smiles. It is a sad smile, the smile of a man who has lost too much. Be there, at the lighthouse. 0100. Chen will need backup, and she will need someone she can trust. Someone who is not part of this world. Someone who still believes in doing the right thing. She does not trust me. She does not even know me. She knows you asked questions when everyone else looked away. That matters to people like us. It is the only thing that still matters. Wade takes the folder, takes the coordinates. As he is leaving, Hale calls out, Gunnery Sergeant, they will send others, Sentinels who have not broken conditioning. They will try to kill both of you. Be ready. How many? At least 2, maybe more. They are called twins, sisters, 23 years old. They fight like one person in 2 bodies. You have never seen anything like them. Wade nods, walks out of the warehouse. Behind him, Hale disappears into the shadows like he was never there. Nora sits in her apartment. The laptop is open in front of her. James Chen's video has played 3 times. She has memorized every word, every pause, every expression on his dying face. You were not adopted. You were taken. The black box sits on her kitchen counter. She has not opened it yet. Part of her does not want to know, wants to stay in the comfortable lie. Network engineer, normal life, boring and safe. But the other part, the part that is waking up, that part needs the truth. She connects the black box to her laptop. It takes 15 minutes to decrypt the flight data recorder. When it finally opens, she finds audio files, cockpit recordings from Flight 1017. She plays the first file. 2 voices, pilot and co-pilot, routine chatter, weather reports, altitude checks, everything normal. Then at timestamp 14:23:17, a change. Co-pilot, we are losing pressure in the fuel line. Pilot, switching to backup. Co-pilot, backup is not responding. We have a problem. The audio quality degrades. Alarms, shouting, the sound of systems failing. Pilot, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Flight 1017, we are going down. Then silence. The recording ends at 14:24:55. 98 seconds from problem to impact. Nora opens the maintenance logs, the ones James included on the drive. She is not an aviation expert, but she understands systems, understands how things work. Someone accessed the fuel system 3 hours before takeoff. Maintenance-based security footage shows a figure in coveralls, face hidden, but the body language is wrong, too careful, too deliberate. She enhances the footage, zooms in, the figure turns for just a moment, enough to catch at a profile. Dr. Lena Torres. Nora's hand starts shaking, not from fear, from rage, an emotion she has not felt in years. It burns through her like fire. Torres killed 7 people, engineers who knew too much, who could expose the program, and she made it look like an accident. Then she took their insurance money, $47 million, built an empire on their graves. Nora opens another file, financial records, bank transfers. The money did not just go to Torres. It went to offshore accounts, corporations, and to one specific person, Senator Graham Voss, the decorated Marine, the champion of military families, the man who sits on Armed Services Committee. He is a fraud, a traitor, selling American secrets for profit. Nora feels something wet on her face, reaches up. Her fingers come away damp. She is crying. For the first time in 13 years, tears are running down her face. Not many, just a few, but they are real. She stares at her reflection in the laptop screen, sees the wetness on her cheeks, touches it like it is something precious. I am still human. Her phone buzzes. The burner. Text message. They know, twins activated, coming for you. Leave now. She does not hesitate. Grabs the go bag she keeps packed. The rifle components, 3 sets of fake item cash, burner phones. Moves to the door. It explodes inward. The blast throws her backward. She rolls with it, comes up in a defensive crouch, ears ringing, vision blurred. 2 figures step through the smoke. Identical, Asian features, black tactical gear, moving in perfect synchronization. The twins. Nora recognizes them from training. Sentinel 5 and Sentinel 6. Real names unknown. Sisters from a Chinese orphanage. Recruited at age 8, conditioned together. They communicate without speaking. Fight like a single organism. The most dangerous assets Torres ever created. Twin A speaks. Her voice is flat, emotionless. Sentinel 4. You are compromised. Termination protocol active. Twin B does not speak, simply draws a pistol. Nora moves. She is smaller, lighter, faster. She drops low, sweeps Twin B's legs. The woman goes down but rolls immediately, comes up firing. Nora is already gone, behind the couch. The rounds punch through fabric and stuffing. She grabs a lamp, throws it at Twin A, not to hurt, to distract. Twin A catches it, crushes it with her bare hand. They advance together, flanking, 1 high, 1 low, textbook room clearing. Nora has 3 seconds before they have her cornered. She grabs the coffee table, flips it on its side, kicks it toward them. It is not much cover, but it is something. Twin B vaults over the table, lands in front of Nora, close quarters, exactly where the twins are strongest. Nora blocks the first strike, a palm to her throat, diverts it, counters with an elbow to the ribs, connects. Twin B does not even grunt. Twin A comes from the side. Nora sees her peripherally, spins, takes a knee to the stomach. The air leaves her lungs. She staggers back. They press the advantage, working together, every movement coordinated. Nora realizes she cannot win this fight. Not here, not against both of them. She needs to change the battlefield. She runs, not away, toward, straight at Twin A, feints left, goes right, through the bedroom door. The twins follow, exactly as she knew they would. In the bedroom, Nora has prepared for this, not this exact scenario, but for the possibility of being attacked in her own space. She hits the floor, rolls under the bed. Her hand finds the cord she installed 6 months ago. She pulls it. The claymore mine she built into the bedroom wall detonates. Not a real claymore. She does not have access to military explosives, but a homemade version. Ball bearings, concentrated force, directed toward the doorway. The blast catches Twin A full in the chest, throws her back into the hallway. Body armor saves her life, but the impact breaks ribs. She goes down gasping. Twin B dives aside, takes shrapnel in the leg and shoulder, keeps moving. Nora rolls out from under the bed, grabs the rifle components from her go bag. No time to assemble, uses the barrel like a club, swings at Twin B's head. The woman blocks, grabs the barrel, tries to wrench it away. Nora lets her have it, uses the momentum, drives her knee into Twin B's injured leg. The first sound of pain, a hiss through clenched teeth. They are human. They can be hurt. Nora presses the attack. No technique now, just survival. Punches, elbows, anything that works. Twin B is injured, but is still dangerous. She catches Nora's wrist, twists. Nora feels bones grind. Then Twin A is back up, moving slower. But moving, she has a knife. Nora realizes she is going to die here. in this apartment, at the hands of two women who were once like her, sisters in suffering, children turned into weapons. But she does not want to die. For the first time in years, she desperately wants to live. Twin A lunges with a knife. Nora cannot dodge. Twin B has her wrist locked. She is going to take the blade in the stomach. Fatal. Slow. The window explodes inward. A figure crashes through, glass everywhere, rolls, comes up between Nora and the twins. Wade Brennan. He has a Glock 19. Service weapon. 15 rounds. He fires 3 times. Center mass. All 3 hit Twin A's body armor. Do not penetrate, but force her back. Nora, go! She does not question it. Rips her wrist free from Twin B, runs for the door. Wade covers her, fires 4 more rounds, keeps the twins pinned. They make it to the hallway, to the stairs, down 3 flights. Behind them, the twins are coming. Slower, injured, but relentless. Wade's truck is parked on the street, engine running. He planned this, knew she would need extraction. They get in. Wade floors it, tires scream. In the rearview mirror, Nora sees Twin B step into the street, raises her weapon, fires. The rear window shatters. Wade swerves. The truck fishtails. He controls it, keeps driving. After 3 miles, he pulls into an alley, kills the engine, sits breathing hard. What the hell was that? Nora checks herself for injuries. Bruised ribs, sprained wrist, nothing serious. Sentinels, like me, but still under control. They were trying to kill you. Yes, because you saved me. Yes. Wade's hands are shaking on the steering wheel. Adrenaline crash. I met someone, Captain Hale. He told me about the program, about what they did to you. Nora looks at him, really looks at him. This man who has no reason to help her, who has every reason to turn her in. Why are you here? Because I had a son, and I could not save him. But maybe I can save you. Something breaks inside her. The last wall. She leans forward, puts her head in her hands, and cries. Not quiet tears, full sobbing. 13 years of grief and rage and fear pouring out. Wade does not try to stop her, just sits with her, presence without pressure. When she finally stops, her face is wet, her throat raw, but she feels lighter. I do not know who I am, she whispers. Then we will figure it out together. They drive to a motel outside Beaufort. Pay cash. No IDs. Wade checks the room. Windows, exits. Makes sure it is secure. Nora sits on the bed. Wade pulls a chair to the door. Gun in his lap. You cannot stay awake forever, she says. I have done 72 hours in worse conditions. They will find us. Let them try. She almost smiles. You are either very brave or very stupid. My wife said both, usually at the same time. Wife? Example. She left after David died. Could not handle the grief. I do not blame her. Nora is quiet for a moment, then, I'm sorry. Me too. They sit in silence. Outside, traffic passes. Normal people living normal lives. Nora opens her laptop, shows Wade the files James left, the flight data, the evidence, all of it. He reads in silence. His face gets harder with each page. Torres needs to answer for this. She has protection. Voss, others we do not know about. We cannot just go to the police. Then what do we do? Nora thinks. There is a way. Risky. Probably fatal. But possible. Tomorrow, there is a congressional hearing, Armed Services Committee. Voss is proposing expansion of a classified program. That program is Sentinel. If we can get this evidence in front of the committee, in front of cameras, make it public, Torres loses her protection. How do we get in? Capitol security is airtight. I know someone, Captain Hale. He is Sentinel-1. He has been working against Torres for years. He can get us access. Wade nods slowly. So we infiltrate Congress, expose a black program, take down a senator and a defense contractor, while being hunted by superhuman assassins. Yes, that is the worst plan I have ever heard. Do you have a better one? He does not. They spend the next hour planning. Nora shows Wade schematics of the Capitol building, service tunnels, security protocols. Hale sent her the information earlier, everything they need. At midnight, Wade finally lets himself doze. Light sleep, tactical rest. Nora stays awake, watches the door, thinks about tomorrow. If this works, she gets her life back, gets to be Sarah Ortiz, gets to be human. If it fails, she dies, but at least she dies fighting. Her phone buzzes. The burner. Text from Hale. Meet me at 0830. Service tunnel echo. Coordinates attached. Bring Brennan. We have one shot. She types back, understood. Then another message comes through. Different number. Blocked. You removed the implant. Clever. But there are other ways to make you comply. Nora's blood goes cold. A photo appears. Wade, sleeping in the chair by the door, taken from outside the motel window, 30 seconds ago. The next message, come alone to Capitol or he dies. You have 12 hours. She looks at Wade, at this man who has sacrificed everything to help her, who has become the father figure she needed, who deserves to live. And she realizes something. The implant, the thing she thought controlled her. Hale said it causes brain aneurysm on activation, but she has not removed it yet. That scene has not happened. She touches the back of her skull, feels the small ridge under the skin, the device that can kill her with a signal. Torres is bluffing, trying to manipulate her, make her come alone, make her vulnerable. But Nora is done being controlled. She wakes Wade, shows him the messages. They know where we are. He is up instantly, gun ready. We move. No, I need you to do something for me. Something important. She hands him a scalpel from her medical kit. I need you to cut this out. She shows him the implant, explains what it does. Wade stares at her. I am not a surgeon. You are all I have. And if Torres activates this tomorrow, I am dead before I can testify. Nora, this could kill you. So can doing nothing, please. He looks at the scalpel, at her, at the choice in front of him. Finally, he nods. Okay, but we do this right. Clean room, anesthetic. I am not butchering you in a motel bathroom. They drive to a veterinary clinic, closed for the night. Wade picks the lock. Former military police. He has skills. Inside, they find what they need. Surgical tools, local anesthetic, sutures. Nora lies face down on the examination table. Wade sterilizes everything. His hands are steady. This is not combat, but it is life and death. Same principles apply. He injects the anesthetic, waits for it to take effect, marks the incision point with a pen. Last chance to change your mind. Do it. The first cut is shallow, just the skin. Wade has watched enough combat surgeons work, knows the basics, small movements, control the bleeding, do not go too deep. He finds the implant, rice grain sized, embedded in the muscle at the base of her skull. I see it. Can you remove it? If I do this wrong, you could have nerve damage, paralysis, better than a brain aneurysm. He uses forceps, grips the implant, pulls gently. It is attached to something. Wires, maybe. He cannot see clearly. Nora, this is connected to your nervous system. If I pull it wrong, just do it, fast. Wade makes a decision. The same decision he has made 100 times in combat. Sometimes you cannot minimize risk. You just have to act. He pulls. The implant comes free. Tissue tears, blood wells, but it is out. For 3 seconds, nothing happens. Then Nora convulses. Her body goes rigid, eyes roll back. Wade drops the implant, grabs her shoulders. Nora, stay with me. She is not breathing. He checks for a pulse. Nothing. Cardiac arrest. The implant must have had a dead man switch. Removing it triggered the failsafe. Wade has never done CPR on someone with an open neck wound, but he does not have a choice. He starts compressions, 30, then 2 breaths, 30 more. Come on, kid, do not quit on me. He keeps going. 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Her body jerks, she gasps, eyes flutter open. Wade nearly collapses with relief. You are okay, you are okay. Nora coughs, tries to speak, cannot. He sutures the wound, bandages it, helps her sit up. She touches her neck, feels the bandage, looks at Wade with something like wonder. I am free. Then she starts laughing, hysterical, unhinged. The laugh of someone who has been holding their breath for 13 years and finally exhaled. Wade grabs her, holds her steady. Easy, you are in shock. But Nora cannot stop. Laughing turns to crying. Crying turns to laughing again. Every emotion she was supposed to suppress comes flooding back all at once. Wade just holds her, lets it happen. This is what healing looks like. Messy, painful, beautiful. When she finally calms down, she pulls back, looks at him with clear eyes. Thank you. You would have done the same. No, I would not have. Not before, but now I think I might. They clean up the clinic, leave it exactly as they found it, drive back to the motel. Dawn is breaking, pink and gold across the sky. In a few hours, they will infiltrate the United States Capitol. Will attempt to expose a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of government. Will probably die trying. But right now, sitting in Wade's truck, watching the sunrise, Nora feels something she has not felt since she was 7 years old. Hope. Wade's phone rings. Hale. Did she survive the extraction? Wade glances at Nora. She did. Good. Because we have a problem. Torres moved up the hearing. It is happening today. 1100 hours. We have 3 hours to get to Washington. We are not ready. You have to be. This is our only chance. If Voss gets authorization for program expansion, hundreds more children will be taken. We stop this today or we do not stop it at all. The line goes dead. Wade looks at Nora. She is pale, bandaged, running on adrenaline and pure will. Can you do this? She thinks about the 7 children in the photos, about the ones who are still out there, still trapped, still believing the lies. She thinks about James Chen, about his final message, about the father who loved her enough to die trying to save her. And she thinks about the woman she could have been if they had not taken her, if they had not broken her, if she had been allowed to just be a child. Yes, I can do this. They drive toward Washington. In the rearview mirror, the sun climbs higher, burning away the darkness. Ahead, the city waits, marble and monuments, power and corruption. And somewhere in those halls of government, Dr. Lena Torres is preparing to destroy more lives. But this time, she will not do it unopposed. This time, the weapon she created is coming for her. Not to kill, to expose. To end this, Nora checks the rifle, loads a magazine. Not live rounds, blanks. They are not going in to murder anyone. They are going in to testify. But if the twins show up, if Torres sends her assets to silence them, Nora will be ready. She has spent 13 years being what they made her. Today, she becomes what she chooses to be. Human, flawed, free. The highway stretches ahead. Signs for Washington, D.C. appear every few miles. The drive will take 4 hours from Beaufort. They have 3. Wade pushes the truck to 80, then 90. The engine roars. Nora sits beside him. 2 people who should never have met, thrown together by circumstance, bound by something deeper than mission or duty. Family. She closes her eyes, thinks of James Chen's last words. You are not a weapon, you are my daughter. When she opens her eyes, they are dry, clear, ready. She is done crying. Now comes the reckoning. Washington, D.C. at dawn looks like a postcard. The monuments catch the first light. The Potomac reflects pink and gold. Joggers run past the Lincoln Memorial. Tourists already gathering for tours. The machinery of government preparing for another day. Nora Chen sits in the passenger seat of Wade's truck 3 blocks from the Capitol. Her neck throbs where the implant was removed. Bandage hidden under a scarf. She is dressed like a Senate staffer. Gray suit, modest jewelry, hair pulled back. Fake ID badge that Hale provided says her name is Jennifer Walsh, legislative aide to Senator Morrison of Utah. Wade is dressed as Capitol Police. Uniform fits perfectly. Hale thought of everything. They have been sitting here for 20 minutes, watching the building, counting security rotations. Wade knows how to case a target. 2 tours in Iraq taught him patience. The drive from Beaufort took 3 hours and 40 minutes. Wade pushed the truck hard. 90 miles per hour on Interstate 95. They made it with barely 20 minutes to spare before the meet time with Hale. You do not have to do this, Nora says quietly. You have already done more than anyone could ask. Wade checks his sidearm, holstered but ready. My son was 19 when he died, thought he was invincible, thought he was doing the right thing, and maybe he was, but I was not there, could not save him, could not even say goodbye. He looks at her. You remind me of him, not physically, but the way you carry yourself, like you have already made peace with dying young. I could not save David, but maybe I can save you. I am not your son. No, you are not, but you are someone's daughter, and that matters. The words hit harder than Nora expected. James Chen's face flashes through her mind. The man who tried to save her, who spent his last years gathering evidence, who recorded a message knowing she would one day need it. You are not a weapon, you are my daughter. Hale will meet us at the service entrance, Wade says. Oh, 8:30, 15 minutes from now. We go in during the shift change. Security is thinnest then. Nora nods, opens the laptop one more time. The files James left are all here. Flight recorder data, financial records, insurance claims, photographs of 7 children who were stolen from the world. She has copied everything to 3 thumb drives, redundancy. If they capture her, if they kill her, the evidence still gets out. One drive goes to Wade, one goes in her bra, one she will give to Hale. Her phone buzzes. Text from blocked number. I know you are coming. Security has your photo. You will not make it past the first checkpoint. Turn back now and I will let Brennan live. Nora shows Wade. He reads it, deletes it. Empty threat. If Torres wanted me dead, I would already be dead. You are very calm about this. I have been shot at by people much scarier than her. At least Torres does not have an RPG. Despite everything, Nora almost smiles. You are either insane or the bravest man I have ever met. My wife said insane, usually loudly. This time Nora does smile. A real one. The kind she is still learning how to make. They drive to the service entrance, a nondescript door on the east side of the Capitol complex. Maintenance workers use it. Delivery trucks. The people who keep the building running while senators make speeches. Captain Isaac Hale is waiting. He looks different in daylight. Older, more worn. The kind of tired that comes from carrying secrets for too long. He shakes Wade's hand, studies Nora's face. You removed the implant. Yes. How do you feel? Like I am waking up from a very long nightmare. Hale nods. Good, because this next part is going to be the hardest thing you have ever done. Torres is already inside. Voss is with her. The testimony starts at 1100 hours, 90 minutes from now. What about security? Wade asks. I have access codes for the service tunnels. We can bypass the main checkpoints. But once we are inside the hearing room, we are exposed. Torres will have people there, not just security, operatives. Maybe even the twins if they recovered from yesterday. Nora remembers the fight in her apartment, the explosion, the relentless synchronized attacks. The twins do not give up. If they are still functional, they will be there. Then we plan for them. Hale hands Wade a small radio earpiece. Stay on this frequency. I will guide you through the tunnels. When you reach the hearing room, you will have exactly 3 minutes before security realizes your credentials are fake. Use that time. Get the evidence uploaded. Get it on camera. And if they stop us before then, Nora asks, Hale meets for her eyes. Then we have failed, and hundreds more children will disappear into the program. Your choice is not whether to risk your life. Your choice is whether their lives are worth the risk. Nora thinks of the 7 children in the photographs, thinks of herself at 9 years old, thinks of all the ones who came after, who are still trapped in facilities like the one where she learned to stop crying. They are worth it. Hale opens the service door. Inside is a concrete stairwell, fluorescent lights, the smell of cleaning chemicals. He leads them down 3 levels, into tunnels that run beneath the Capitol like veins. The tunnels are older than Nora expected. Brick walls, low ceilings, pipes running overhead. Wade has to duck in places. They pass maintenance rooms, storage areas, signs pointing to different Senate office buildings. Hale moves quickly. He knows this place, has mapped every route. I have been preparing for this day for 5 years, ever since I realized what Torres had built, what I helped her build. You were the first, Nora says. Sentinel. I was the mistake. They recruited me when I was 18. Military intelligence. Thought I was volunteering for advanced training. Did not know they were testing neural modification. By the time I understood, it was too late. The conditioning had already started. He stops at an intersection, checks his watch. But it did not work on me. Not completely. I still felt guilt. Still had nightmares. Torres considered terminating me. But I convinced her I could be useful, that I could train the others. So you became the handler, Wade says. I became the monster who made more monsters. For 15 years, I taught children how to kill, how to suppress emotion, how to follow orders without question. I told myself I was protecting them, that if I was gentle, if I gave them some small kindness, it would be enough. His voice cracks. It was not enough. Nothing I did was enough. They reach a metal door. Hale enters a code. The lock clicks open. Beyond is another stairwell, going up. This leads to the Senate gallery, public observation deck. You can enter from there. Security is lighter because they assume anyone who made it that far has already been screened. Nora adjusts her fake badge. Wade checks his uniform. They look the part. Just 2 more people in a building full of people. Hale grabs Nora's arm, not rough, but firm. When you see Torres, you are going to want to kill her. I know, because I have wanted to kill her every day for 5 years. But if you do, you become what she made you. You prove she was right, that you are just a weapon. I know. Do you? Because the conditioning runs deep, deeper than you think. Even with the implant gone, the training remains. The reflexes, the instincts. You were built to eliminate threats. And Torres is the biggest threat you have ever faced. Nora looks at him, at this man who helped destroy her childhood, who is now trying to help save her future. What do you want me to do? I want you to be human, to choose mercy even when vengeance feels right, Because that is the only way to prove you are free. He releases her arm, steps back. The hearing is on the third floor, room 325. I will be watching from the operations center. If shooting starts, I will try to lock down the building. But I cannot protect you once you are inside. Wade extends his hand. Thank you, Captain. Hale shakes it. Then he does something unexpected. He salutes, a proper military salute, the kind that carries respect. Wade returns it. Then Hale is gone. Back into the tunnels, a ghost trying to undo his sins. Nora and Wade climb the stairs, emerge into a hallway, marble floors, oil paintings of dead senators, the weight of history pressing down. They walk like they belong. No hesitation, no fear. Just two more government employees doing their jobs. Past the first checkpoint, the guard barely glances at their badges. Past the second, a metal detector. Nora's heart pounds, but Wade's gun is official Capitol Police issue. It does not trigger any alarms. They reach the Senate gallery, rows of seats overlooking the hearing room floor, already filling with observers, journalists, lobbyists, citizens who want to see their government in action. Below, senators take their seats. The Armed Services Committee, 15 men and women. Voss is the ranking member. He sits at the center of the horseshoe table, confident, powerful, a decorated Marine who spent 40 years building a reputation as a patriot. And next to him, waiting to testify, is Dr. Lena Torres. She is exactly as Nora remembers. Elegant suit, perfect hair, the kind of woman who could be selling makeup or running a Fortune 500 company. Except she is selling children, selling weapons that look human. Nora's hands clench. Wade touches her elbow gently. Steady. She breathes, forces the rage down. Hale was right. Killing Torres would be easy. Being better than Torres is the hard part. The committee chairman bangs his gavel. This hearing will come to order. Today we are reviewing a proposal from Senator Voss regarding expansion of a classified defense program. Dr. Torres, you may begin your testimony. Torres stands, approaches the microphone. Her voice is smooth, confident. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the past 20 years, my organization has developed advanced training protocols for deep cover operatives. These individuals are recruited from at-risk youth, orphans, foster children, young people who need structure and purpose. Nora's jaw tightens. At-risk youth, as if they volunteered, as if they had a choice. Our success rate is unprecedented, Torres continues. These operatives have prevented terrorist attacks, rescued hostages, gathered intelligence that has saved American lives. And we have done this with a remarkably small footprint. Currently, we maintain only 6 active assets. Senator Morrison, the woman whose aide Nora is impersonating, raises her hand. Dr. Torres, can you clarify what you mean by assets? Are these soldiers, contractors? They are civilian contractors with specialized training. Each one undergoes rigorous psychological evaluation and consents to the program voluntarily. Lies. Every word is a lie. Nora pulls out the laptop. Wade positions himself between her and the room, blocking sight lines. She connects to the Capitol's internal network. Hale gave her the access codes. The system prompts for authentication. She enters the override sequence. Prays that Hale's information is current. The screen turns green. She is in. Senator Voss has proposed expanding the program to 500 assets, Torres says. With proper funding, we could create a network of operatives capable of responding to threats anywhere in the world. American citizens, loyal, effective, and completely deniable. Nora opens the files. Flight recorder data, financial records, the photographs of 7 children. She cues them for upload to every monitor in the hearing room. Her finger hovers over the enter key. Once she does this, there is no going back. Torres will know. Security will converge. The twins will come. But those children in the photographs will have justice. She presses enter. For 3 seconds, nothing happens. Then every screen in the room changes. The official Senate displays go dark. New images appear. Flight 1017 manifest. 7 names, 7 faces, all marked deceased. Then the audio. The cockpit recording. Pilot and co-pilot screaming. The sound of the plane going down. Then the maintenance logs. The footage of Torres in the hangar. 3 hours before takeoff. Tampering with the fuel system. The room erupts. Senators stand. Journalists shout questions. Torres' face goes white. She turns toward the gallery, searches for the source. Her eyes lock on Nora. Recognition flashes across Torres' face. Then something else. Rage. Betrayal. The look of a handler whose weapon has turned against her. Senator Voss is on his feet. This is a breach of security. Shut down those monitors. But the images keep coming. Financial records, $47 million, transferred from insurance payouts to offshore accounts. Accounts in Voss's wife's name. The camera feeds show it all, broadcasting live on C-SPAN, millions of people watching. Torres makes a decision. She runs, not toward the exit, toward the gallery stairs, toward Nora. Security tries to stop her. She has something in her hand, small, metal. She jams it into a guard's neck. Taser. He goes down convulsing. She is up the stairs in seconds, moving fast, trained, not just a scientist, an operative herself. Wade draws his weapon. Federal agent, stop. Torres does not stop. Pulls her own gun, small caliber, concealed, fires twice. One round hits the seat next to Nora. The other hits Wade. He goes down, clutching his shoulder, blood spreading. Nora does not think, does not plan. Muscle memory takes over. 13 years of training activating in an instant. She moves, grabs Torres's gun hand, twists. The weapon falls. Nora kicks it away, drives her knee into Torres's stomach. The older woman gasps, tries to counter. But Torres is 58, Nora is 27, and Nora has spent the last 2 days remembering what rage feels like. She pins Torres against the wall, forearm across her throat. You stole my life. Torres smiles. Even now, even caught, she smiles. I gave you purpose, made you strong. You should be thanking me. You killed 7 people. You murdered children's futures. You sold us like products. I saved you from foster care, from poverty, from mediocrity. You were nothing. I made you extraordinary. Nora feels the training kick in, the conditioning and the threat. Eliminate the target. Her hand moves toward Torres's throat. Pressure points. 3 seconds to unconsciousness. 6 seconds to death. So easy. But Hale's words echo. You become what she made you. And deeper than that, James Chen's voice. You are not a weapon. You are my daughter. Nora releases the pressure, steps back. No, you do not get to die a martyr. You get to face trial. You get to answer for what you did. Torres's smile fades. You are weak. No, I am human. That is what you could never understand. Capitol Police flood the gallery. Real ones, not Wade's disguise. They take Torres into custody, handcuff her, read her rights. Senator Voss tries to leave the hearing room, but FBI agents are already there, waiting. He is arrested on camera, cuffed in his Senate seat, the decorated Marine, the champion of military families. Led away like a common criminal. Nora runs to Wade. He is conscious, pale. The round hit his shoulder. Not fatal if treated quickly. You okay? He asked through gritted teeth. You were shot protecting me, and you are asking if I am okay? Old habits. EMTs arrive. Start treating him. Nora holds his hand while they work. He squeezes back, not letting go. Hale appears from nowhere, kneels beside them. It is done. Torres is in custody. Voss is going to federal prison. The program is exposed. The others, Nora says, the other Sentinels, what happens to them? Offer them the same choice we are offering you. Medical treatment, therapy, a chance to undo the conditioning, and immunity if they testify. And if they refuse, then we track them down, carefully, with compassion. But we cannot leave trained killers wandering free. Nora understands. Some of her former colleagues will not want to be saved, will not believe they need saving. The conditioning runs too deep. EMTs load Wade onto a stretcher. He is still conscious, still fighting. Nora, the thumb drive, did it upload? She checks the laptop. Every file transferred successfully. The evidence is out, on Senate servers, on news broadcasts. Millions of people now know what Sentinel was, what it did. It is all there, every piece. Wade closes his eyes, smiles. Good, that is good. They take him away. Nora tries to follow, but Hale stops her. Let them work. He will survive. The round missed the artery. She wants to argue, wants to stay with the man who became her father in the span of 3 days. But she knows Hale is right. Instead, she watches the monitors. News coverage is already live. Headlines scrolling. Breaking. Senator arrested in child trafficking conspiracy. Secret program exposed. Pentagon denies knowledge. It is over. Torres will spend the rest of her life in prison. Voss will die there. The program is shut down. But the damage remains. 7 children stolen, turned into weapons. Normal lives. Nora touches the bandage on her neck, where the implant was. where the device that controlled her lived for 13 years. She is free now, free to feel, free to choose, free to be whoever she wants. The question is, who is that? Mid-May 2025, 3 months after the arrest on February 14th. The hearing room where Torres was arrested has been cleaned. New carpet, fresh paint, like nothing happened. But the country remembers. The trial is scheduled for spring 2026, expected to last 6 months. The evidence is overwhelming. Nora sits in a small office at the Veterans Affairs Hospital in Alexandria. Her name tag says Sarah Ortiz, counselor. Her degree is real, fast-tracked through a program for people with unique qualifications. The government owed her that much. She works with combat veterans, men and women who came home from war carrying invisible wounds. PTSD, moral injury, the weight of things done and things witnessed. She understands them in ways most counselors cannot. Knows what it means to be trained to kill, to have that training conflict with your humanity, to wonder if you can ever be normal again. Today's patient is a Marine, 32 years old, 3 tours in Afghanistan, medically discharged after an IED. He sits across from her, hands shaking, talking about nightmares. I see their faces, the people I killed. I know they were enemies. I know I did what I had to, but I still see them. Sarah nods. That means you are human. The fact that it bothers you, that you feel guilt, that is not weakness. That is proof you still have a conscience. How do you deal with it? The guilt? She considers the question, thinks about Torres, about the choice she made in the Senate gallery, to show mercy instead of vengeance. You do not get rid of it. You learn to carry it. You use it. Let it remind you that you are more than what you were trained to be, more than your worst moment. The Marine looks at her, really looks. You sound like someone who knows. I do. After the session, Sarah walks to the cafeteria, gets coffee, black, no sugar. Some habits die hard. Wade Brennan is waiting at a corner table. His arm is in a sling, healing slowly. He retired from the Marines 2 months ago. Full benefits, honorable discharge. Now he works private security, consulting, training. But mostly he checks in on Sarah, makes sure she is eating, sleeping, adjusting to a life that is not built around missions and orders. How was your day? He asks. Good. Hard, but good. You helping them? I think so. Or maybe they are helping me. Hard to tell which. Wade smiles, his son's photo is on the table. David, 19 forever. He would have liked you, David. Would have thought you were tough. He was the tough one, deployed at 19. I was still in training at that age. Different kinds of tough. They sit in comfortable silence. Two people bound by trauma, by shared experience, by the choice to keep living even when it would be easier to quit. Sarah's phone rings, not her regular phone. The other one, the secure line that Hale gave her. She answers, Sarah Ortiz. The voice on the other end is young, female, scared. Is this Sarah? They said you help people like me. Who is this? My name is classified, but my designation is Sentinel 12. I am 19 years old, and I do not want to do this anymore. Sarah's blood runs cold. Where are you? I do not know. They move us every month, somewhere in Montana. I can see mountains. There is a facility, underground. They have 41 of us here. 41, not 6. Torres lied even about that. There are dozens more, hidden, still active. Can you get to a phone, a computer, anything that can give me your location? I'm on a phone now, but they monitor everything. I have maybe 3 minutes before they trace this. Sarah makes a decision, the same kind of decision she's been making since the day she lowered her rifle instead of pulling the trigger. The choice to be human. Stay on the line. I am going to help you, but I need you to trust me. I do not trust anyone. I know. I was the same, but someone helped me, and now I am going to help you. She looks at Wade. He understands immediately, pulls out his phone, starts texting Hale. On the other end of the line, the young woman is crying. They made me kill someone last week. A target. I did not even know why, just followed orders. And now I cannot stop seeing his face. Listen to me very carefully. That guilt you feel, that means you are still human. They have not taken that from you. You can come back from this. How? How did you do it? Sarah touches the scar on her neck. I had help. People who believed I was worth saving. And now you have me. We are going to get you out. All 41 of you, I promise. Wade shows her his phone, Hale's response. Coordinates locked. Sending FBI HRT ETA 40 minutes. What is your real name? Sarah asked gently. The one they gave you before Sentinel. Silence. Then barely a whisper, Emily. My name was Emily. Okay, Emily, my real name is Nora. Or it was. I do not know anymore. But I know this. You are not a number. You are not a designation. You are a person, and we are coming for you. The line goes dead. Either Emily hung up or they found her. Sarah sits back, closes her eyes, feels the weight of 41 lives pressing down. 41 children who need saving, who are still trapped in the nightmare she escaped. Wade touches her shoulder. You cannot save them all. I have to try. I know. That is why I'm coming with you. She opens her eyes, looks at this man who has become her family, who lost his son but found a daughter in the ruins. You do not have to do this. Neither do you. But we are going to anyway, because that is what good people do. Sarah stands, grabs her jacket. The secure phone is already ringing again. Hale coordinating, FBI mobilizing, a rescue operation launching. This is not over. Torres is in prison, but her legacy lives on. Dozens of children still trapped, still being trained to kill, still believing the lies. But now they have hope, because Nora Chen became Sarah Ortiz, because Sentinel-4 became human, because one person chose mercy over vengeance and proved that freedom is possible. The war is not won, but the battle has begun. And this time the weapons are fighting back, not with bullets, with testimony, with truth, with the choice to be more than what they were made to be. Sarah walks out of this hospital, Wade beside her. The sun is setting over the Potomac. The city is golden and beautiful and full of secrets, but fewer secrets than yesterday. And tomorrow there will be fewer still. In Montana, Emily waits, scared, alone, but no longer without hope. In cells across the country, 40 other Sentinels wonder if escape is possible, if they can ever be normal, if someone will come for them. And in an office in Quantico, Captain Isaac Hale coordinates with federal agents, planning raids, building cases, working to dismantle what he helped create. Redemption is not a destination, it is a process. Long, painful, never quite finished, but worth the journey. Sarah gets in Wade's truck. They drive toward the future, not knowing what it holds, not needing to. For the first time in 13 years, she is free to choose, and she chooses to fight, not as a weapon, as a warrior. There is a difference. The screen fades to black, but the story does not end. In a facility in Montana, Emily stares at the phone in her hand, wondering if the woman on the other end was real, wondering if rescue is coming. She touches the scar at the base of her skull, the implant they put there when she was 12, the thing that keeps her controlled. And she makes a choice, small, quiet, but revolutionary. She does not report the phone call to her handlers, does not follow protocol. She keeps the phone, hides it, waits. Because maybe, just maybe, she is worth saving too. In Arlington National Cemetery, a man stands at a gravestone. David Brennan, beloved son, killed in action, age 19. Wade Brennan places fresh flowers, touches the cold marble. I found her, son, the one I told you about, the one who needed help. She is going to be okay, and I think you would have liked her. The wind carries his words away. Somewhere David's spirit rests easier, knowing his father found purpose again, knowing the grief was not wasted. In a prison cell, Dr. Lena Torres sits alone. No visitors, no phone calls. The empire she built has collapsed. The children she stole are being freed. She does not feel remorse, cannot. The same conditioning she inflicted on others, she inflicted on herself years ago. Removed her capacity for guilt, for empathy, for anything except control. Now she has no control at all. The irony is not lost on her. She became the thing she created, a tool without feeling, a weapon without purpose. Justice is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply silence, a cell, time to think about what was done. And in that silence, perhaps, understanding might grow. Or perhaps not. Some people are broken beyond repair. The camera pulls back. The cell door closes. Torres fades into shadow. The world keeps turning. The sun keeps rising. And in hospitals and therapy rooms and quiet moments, people keep healing. Not all the way, not perfectly, but enough. Enough to choose who they want to be. Enough to help others make the same choice. Enough to prove that we are more than our worst moments, more than what was done to us. We are what we choose to become. And that choice, made again and again, is what makes us human. The story ends, but the lives continue. Nora, Sarah, whoever she decides to be tomorrow. Wade, father, protector, friend. Hale, seeking redemption one rescued child at a time. Emily and 40 others, waiting, hoping, believing. The screen goes dark. Credits could roll here. But there is one more scene, one final moment. Sarah sits in her apartment, the same one where the twins attacked. Now repaired, she is packing, getting ready for Montana, for the rescue operation. Her phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. She almost deletes it, then sees the message. 41 is just the beginning. Tours had 3 facilities. We only found 1. The others are still active, still recruiting. This is not over, but neither are you. Keep fighting. James would be proud. The message is unsigned, but Sarah knows who sent it. Somewhere, somehow, James Chen left contingencies. Information, help. Even in death, he is still protecting her, still fighting alongside her. She texts back, I will, I promise. Then she finishes packing, checks her gear, makes sure everything is ready. Tomorrow, she flies to Montana, leads the raid, brings 41 children home. And after that, she will find the other facilities, the other children, all of them, however long it takes, because she is Sentinel 4. But she is also Nora Chen and Sarah Ortiz, and a daughter, and a survivor, and a warrior who chose mercy. She is all of these things, and none of them define her. She defines herself. The apartment door closes behind her, the light goes out, and in the darkness we hear her voice. Strong, certain, free. Let us bring them home.